Hi everybody, we're going to explain with this video how to configure in Bind9 zones and try to make a little domain. It's not just a domain what we're talking about, but just how to configure in a domain the names and the IP addresses, how to create, how to register all the computers that are in a network. Okay, so first of all, well, I have configured all of it. I have just done it, and I think that's very useful for you to see the steps, and I will explain you how Bind9 works. Okay, so here we have on the left we have the server would be well, I here in the right we have Debian client, and the other one is the Debian server. Clear. The name of the computer is Zerbitzari Nagusia, and the other one is Debian. Okay, so I have to say, I have to put somewhere that Zerbitzari Nagusia is one IP address. Will that be that it will be 192.168.20.1, because we are talking about this internal network, which is the 20.0 mask 24 network, and we are going to just explain how to configure Bind9. Okay, first of all, when we install Bind9, and I'm not going to show you how to install it, it's just if you have connection to the internet and you have well configured the DNS server, you can just apt-get install Bind9, and once you installed, it's already there. And I think that we have done it with a cache, configured it as a cache server, but we are going to introduce the zones. Okay, so first of all, we have to analyze in which folder is installed Bind9 and which are the files that are interesting for us. So here we will see, we will go to cd etc bind, and we'll see here the list of folders that are files that we have. In this folder there are three very important files. First of all, I will see cat name.conf. In name.conf, it includes the files that are important to configure, to have well configured Bind9 DNS server. So if we see, well, I will use nano because I think it's better instead of using cat, and we can edit it, but well, it doesn't matter. If I go to nano, we are in etcpin name.conf.options. We have just done it. If we have a cache DNS server, we have configured this. In here we have to say the options for the DNS server. I have added maybe some lines that are not compulsory, but I think that are interesting, because we say that apart from knowing where is the directory with all the information, this var, cache, bind, we have also we want to recursion. Yes, we want recursion because we want to continue. If we make a request, it can be I don't know how to explain that. It's not to stop when we don't know which is the answer. It's to continue requesting. Okay, so the recursion, yes. Then after that, listen on port. Listen on port 43. Yes, the port for DNS is 53, and we say that we will listen to localhost and every computer that is in 192.168.20.0, not the other ones. So we will accept internal requests. Okay, what else? We also allow query, we listen on that port and allow the queries that are just from the local host and from the internal network. Okay, so these two elements are the ones that can make queries. Okay, after that we configure the forwarders and everything else is commented. So I think that's very important to understand this file, and after that we can continue with the next ones. Okay, so we have this one, also we have name.conf.local. No, local can be, yes, in name.conf.local, this is the main file where we create the zones and where we register the machines and the machines IP addresses and their names. Okay, so we have here, well, it says do any configuration here, and I have created two zones. One is the forward lookup zone. The forward lookup zone is the one that translates names into IP addresses, and the reverse lookup zone is the one that translates numbers, IP addresses into their names. Okay, so first of all, we're going to configure the forward lookup zone, and first of all, I have to say the name of the zone, which is going to be. So I'm imagining that in the future we're gonna create a domain, and that domain will be eginezikasi.eus. So I wanted to name that zone with that name because the domain and the lookup zone, the forward lookup zone, must be the same to don't have any problems in the future when we want to configure it as a domain. Okay, so first of all, we are going to create that zone. So we say what type of zone is. It's a master zone, it's a primary zone, and after that we say where is the file. So etc bind forward eginezikasi.eus, and we have to create that file, okay, because it's not there, it's not just empty, doesn't exist. So now it exists because I have done it. Okay, here we said previously what we did, but we have this db.local. If we click that, nano db.local is a sample. Okay, here we have what kind of structure does a zone need. So we will put the information, we can copy this into the file that we want to configure to have a zone. Okay, and that would be the way to configure our own zone. Okay, so this is the sample, and with the sample I have done this one. Nano, I will say nano, it's forward.eginezikasi.eus because it's the forward lookup zone. Okay, so here in the forward lookup zone you see that it's almost the same as the sample, but we say what we are going to do. Okay, so we have here information about the system of administration. Well, I don't remember what is the meaning, but we have to say that this computer, which is zerbitzarinagusia.eginezikasi.eus, and its root user would be root.zerbitzarinagusia.eginezikasi.eus. Well, we have some parameters that we can change. I have left them default, okay, but it would be very interesting to know what kind of changes can we make here. Okay, what else? The name server. Which is the name server? The name server is itself the local host, and the local host name is Zerbitzari Nagusia. So the name server will be zerbitzarinagusia.eginezikasi.eus because it's inside the domain or the zone. Okay. After that, we talk about, if we say some information about the server as a machine. We know that this machine is the DNS server, but we have to say the DNS server machine, which is its IP address. So we say Zerbitzari Nagusia in A, this is to define machines, okay, which is its IP address. So we have 192.168.21, and we have other machines because here we have a clone, and this clone is 192.168.20.30. So in the zone, I say that there is another machine which is called Debian in A, and this is its name. I can also do the same with other names, I think, because I can say that this name represents also 192.168.20.30. Okay. Yes. And once we do this, we have configured it all. So I can stop and start again. So system ctl. Well, I can restart. I prefer to stop it and to start it again. So I stop Bind9. I can see the status. Now it's not working. I can start it again. And we see the status. Now it's working. Okay, we have 2 zones, not loaded due to error. It's because we haven't previously, configured the reverse lookup zone. So those are these 2 warnings or 2 error lines we see here in red, because it says that this zone is not configured. Okay, but the other ones, the zone local eginezikasi.eus load 02, well, it's all running. Okay, so now here in the clone we have to say which is our DNS server. Imagine that we first of all nano, and we say that we're our DNS server, so it's etc resolve.com. Nope. Maybe resolve. I'm making mistakes. Conf. Oh my god. I get sometimes I get so confused. So now etc resolve.conf. Okay, so imagine first of all that we use 8888, and I can comment this. So to comment, put a hashtag is here. Okay, so we configure this. Yes. And now if I want to maybe imagine that I nslookup www.marca.com. So the server that answers our requests is 8888. Okay, so if I want to go to imagine if I want to ping the server, I don't know where it is. Zerbitzarinagusia.eginezikasi.eus. Also, it doesn't know where it is. Where is that information? Which is the DNS server that has this information? Well, we have to change it and put that, first of all, we want to use 192.168.21 computer, which is the server here on the other side. See here, we can see that. Oh, sorry. Here you can see that is 21. So we can configure this. Get out, yes. And we say, I want to go to serviciinagusia.eus, but we don't know it. But here we know who is. I can use ns lookup. Lookup serviciinagusia.eus. Who is the DNS server? Which is the DNS server? It's 21 and it has information. The name is serviciinagusia.eus and the address is 192.168.21. Then after that, if I want to use this one, if I want to resolve names without putting the domain name, what can I do? I have to configure in the resolve.conf that we will search by default eginezikasi.eus because it's our domain, it's our network, okay? So you know about domains, maybe you know more about domains than me, but you know that you have to configure this, the DNS server, with the same names as the domain, okay? So first of all, after that, we save it, and we can go here and try to see which is serviciinagusia.eginezikasi.eus, and it works, okay? So if I ping serviciinagusia, I can see how it works. So the sample is there. I think that you have to be very careful with the configuration of all of it and know which files are interesting for us. If I think that is interesting, I will create another video to explain you the reverse lookup zone. Okay, so see you in the next video.